Hello and welcome back to Amazing Sewing Corner. I hope you're doing very well today. I'll be drafting and cutting the 6 pieces bustier gown dress without joining at the half length. And please note that this is a 6 pieces gown, so it's going to have 3 panels in the front and 3 panels at the back. So that means you're going to divide your measurement into the front measurement into 3 and the back measurement into 3. So for the center front, as what I'll be drafting first, the first thing you want to do is to fold your fabric. As you've seen, I folded mine with the width I want the base of my gown to be. I don't want to be too full because I'm going to manage this fabric as much as I can. And the next thing I'll do is to mark out the line, the usual line I draw for our starting line for all our measurements. And then from that point, I'm going to mark out the length of the dress. So for me, I'm working with 60 inches plus 1 inch. You know, the taper length is 60 inches. Then I'm going to add 1 inch to it and I'm going to just connect the line. Okay, so back to the top of the gown, you're just going to mark your shoulder length at that point. This is the center front, and the center front is going to carry the shoulder, the neckline. So then from there, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, which is our shoulder slope, and from that shoulder slope, I'm going to mark half of my armhole length. That is 5 inches. So and I'm just going to connect that line, as you can see. So please take note, you mark 1 inch below that your shoulder line, and then you come down, which is your shoulder slope. So the next thing I want to know is to take out my vertical measurement. That is from that shoulder tip or shoulder line. I'm going to measuring the bust length, the underbust length, and the waist length. Also, I'll mark from that my waist measurement, the third one, I'm going to be taking 8 inches downward, which is my waist to hips measurement. And also from that hips measurement, I'm just going to be marking 11 inches downwards, which is my hips to 2 inches below the knee measurement, as you can see. So the next thing I'll do is to mark out 5 inches from the center of this folding of this fabric inwards. At least I'm going to be marking 5. That is my bust to bust measurement, the nipple to nipple rather. So it's actually 9 inches, 9 inches divided by 2 because it's on fold, that's 4.5, and I'm going to be adding 0.5 inch allowance, so that'll make it 5. So I'm just going to mark that up to the knee length. I'm going to be taking this at my knee length. It's actually 2 inches below the knee or before the knee. And I'll connect the marked point. So remember the 5 inches I marked below the armhole, the half of the armhole. I'm just going to curve it so that to give me my princess dart curve, as you can see. So this is my princess dart curve. But remember, in this project, what we want to do in this project is a princess dart bustier. So this is just the center front. It's the two sides that will bring out the curve, the bustier. So the next thing I want to do is just to curve the 6 pieces, now the triangle shape. So from that knee length to the base of the gown, I'm just going to curve it in such a way that it's going to form a triangle, sort of. Not curve. I'm just going to connect the line, sort of. Yeah. Nice, as you can see me do. Now to the neckline, I'm just going to be marking the neckline, the width of 4.5, as you can see, from the center, 4.5, and also I'll mark I was actually considering the flower, that's embroidery that is on that fabric, so I have to move my measurements up. So I'm going to be using 2.5 inches for the depth of the neckline. Then I'll just connect it. Also from that tip of the neckline, I'm going to connect it to my shoulder slope. Remember, I took 1 inch below the shoulder line measurement. So that's my shoulder slope. And then I'll mark another 0.5 inches bead for the shoulder lining, the allowance, the joining, and then I'll cut. Have you subscribed to my channel? Please do that. Press that red button. Yeah, that red button. Please subscribe to this channel for more videos. And remember to click on that notification bell so that I can get notified. So I can be among the first that will get to know when I upload videos. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so our first panel is ready. That is 1 out of 3 for the front is ready. So I'm just going to notching those points, this is the waist point, I'll notch that point, the underbust too, I'll notch it, and then the bust point, I'll notch it, so that by the time I'll be joining the sides to it, everything will meet to tally. So now the next thing I want to do is to draft the bustier. Yeah, so, and I'll use this front panel also to draft it, but I'll make some alterations. If you're going to draft the back, if it's not going to have a bustier, let me put it that way, you may just draft it like that and then take your measurement. But because it's going to be a bustier, you're going to alter the princess dart curve. So you see me do that. So I'm just trying to mark out those lines, the bust, the underbust, and the waistline, and the hips measurement on this my new fabric. As you can see, I've placed that center fabric that we just cut, I've placed it on this new fabric. So I'm just going to be marking those points, and also from the knee measurement, I'm going to curve that princess that I'm going to duplicate that curve on this my fabric. As you can see, I'm just going to duplicate it like that. Yeah, please take notice from the knee length. From that knee length is where you have the triangular 6 pieces shape. So because I cannot achieve it if I should curve it like this, it's not going to give me what I want. So I'm not going to stop at the knee length, and once I'm done altering, I will now reshape that part. So let's alter it now. No, this is the princess curve. If it's not going to have a bustier, then you can stick with this. Now, because it's going to have a bustier, then we're going to come in at that bust point by 3 inches, because I'm working with a bigger measurement. The bust measurement is actually big. So you can actually use 2.5 or 2 inches, but I'm going to be working with 3 inches. And then I'm going to curve from the underbust, as you can see, from the underbust to that 3 inches I marked at the underbust, and also from the beginning of the curve to that point as well. So this is what will give us that busty, that cup shape that would fit into the bust and form a bustier, as you can see. So then now I've curved that. So I'm just going to take off that the center piece and curve my pieces, my 6 pieces triangular shape on this one, as you see me do. Like this video if you like what you're seeing. Please click on that like button. Click on it. Thank you. So I'm just going to curve it from that knee. Please take note that I'm placing the knee measurement of that center piece on the knee measurement I marked on this new piece. Please take note of that. And then I'm just using it as a guide, sort of, because I want it to be equal. So I'm just going to use it as a guide. I'm just going to use to curve it to, slanting just to connect the line, sort of. Yes, so I'm just trying to make it as very bold, as clear as possible, so you can all see it. So from now that we have we've drafted the bustier, the next thing we want to do is take our measurement. This is the side. This is one of the sides, some of the 2 sides. So this is going to fit into the bust part. Now the next thing is to draft our measurement. Take our measurements on the sides. So I'm just going to place that center piece back on it so that I can use it to take my normal measurement. Please make sure that those lines tally. Make sure that the bust line, the underbust line, the waistline, the hips line, the knee length line, everything tallies so that your measurements can be accurate and you can get a well-shaped dress. So from the bust line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, and the same thing for all other points. So I'm working with 48 inches in this project, and I'm going to mark 40 divided by 4, that's 12 inches, and I'm just going to mark 12 inches at that curve, at that point rather, and then I'm going to give it 2 inches allowance. Now at my underbust is 40, approximately 40, so that's 10, and I'm going to give my underbust 3 inches allowance, because of the joining and everything and the shaping. And the waist is approximately 11 inches. I'm also going to give it 3 inches allowance because of the shaping at that point. The next is the hips line, so it's actually 13, approximately 13, and I'm going to give it 2 inches. I don't have to shape that part, so then I will connect the lines. And then I'll connect the lines like this. You can ignore the underbust line because by the time you shape it, it will fall into place. So whatever I took at the hips line, measurement, I'm just going to subtract 1 or 0.5 inch from it and then take it at the knee length measurement just to give it a bit of shape, because your hips measurement is not the same as your knee measurement. So I'm just going to, you can decide to shape it as you want, but make sure it is not too tight so that I can walk. You get it? So then I will extend that line. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to take out that center piece, that center front piece that we just drafted and cut out. I'm going to place it at that knee measurement, marking at knee to knee measurements. Please take note. And then I'll also curve that, the pieces triangular curve or triangular line. So, as you can see, the knee to knee. Please take note. Knee to knee, so that everything will be equal. So I'm just going to mark it out, trace it out, and then cut it out. Okay, so we're done with drafting. We're not done. The armhole, we're left with the armhole measurement. So I'm just going to return the center piece again, and then so that we can take our armhole measurement. Always take note of those points. Let them meet. So remember that my armhole is actually 9 inches because I've already made my shoulder slant. So because it's actually 10 inches, my armhole round is 10 inches, and I'll be left with 9 if I've taken the shoulder slant. So, and we took 5 inches for the princess line curve, so I'll be left with 4 inches. I'm just marking that 4 inches there, as you can see. I'm tracing that there. So, and then we'll make our curve at that point, the armhole curve. By the time you are done joining, you can reshape your armhole. The armhole of the front is not usually like the back. So by the time you are done with the joining of everything, you can reshape it if you want, and you can as well leave it. It's not going to be so much a problem. So this is what we have for the side. I'm just going to duplicate this. After cutting it, I'll cut the other side, placing right sides together. That is, right side of this will face the right side of the other piece that I want to cut. If you have any question for me, please ask me in the comment section. I'll be there to answer you. Feel free to ask me any question on this topic if you do understand any part of it. So then I'm just duplicate this. This is our center for the front, the bustier part, and I'm just going to duplicate it on another just cut it out. Okay, so this is what I got. You can see after cutting both sides, this is what I got. As you can see, we already have our bustier curve. Then I'll notch. I forgot to say that earlier, so I'll just notch those points. I already extended the line, so I'll just notch the underbust, the waist, and the hips, and the bust point. So just notch it out. So for the back panel, what I just did was I just marked my 2 inch zip allowance. Actually, the back panel is going to be more than 3 because of the zip allowance, but in the end, it's still going to form your 6 by the time you join your zip. So I'll just mark 2 inch zip allowance from the base of from the top to the base of the gown. That is true of the gown length at the center. So I'm just going to duplicate what I did for the front center on this back center. As you can see, I've already placed this front center on it, and I'm just going to cut it out the same way I did. So I'm just going to trace everything out exactly the same way it is, and use that. As you can see, this is one of the center piece and center back. I will use that to cut the curve. But because this, you cannot put a bustier at the back, so this is what I got at the end of everything. So the next thing I did was just cut the lining, exact everything, both for the front and back, exact same thing. And then I'm not using a cotton lining, so I just had to use a bit of paper stay to just give it a bit of firmness. So, and then you join and sew everything. Thank you so much for watching to this point. I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things. If you think I didn't get one part, please let me know in the comment section. If you have any question, please ask me, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.